Want to speak real Afrikaans from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at afrikaanspod101.com.
Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Aangename kennis. Hi, I'm Anne-Marie. Nice to meet you. In this series, we're going to learn basic Afrikaans expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Afrikaans. We'll start speaking right away, but first it's important to clarify that in Afrikaans, there are different greetings depending on the situation. Let's first see how Afrikaners introduce themselves in a casual situation. Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Aangename kennis. Hi, I'm Anne-Marie. Nice to meet you. Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Aangename kennis. Start by saying, Hallo, ek is, then say your name. For example, Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Finally, say aangename kennis. Again, all together, it is Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Aangename kennis. Now, let's see that same sentence in a more formal context. Goeiedag, ek is Anne-Marie Luck. Aangename kennis. Good day, I am Anne-Marie Luck. Pleasure to meet you. Goeiedag, ek is Anne-Marie Luck. Aangename kennis. Let's try that again. G. Try pronouncing it from the back of your throat. Goeiedag, goeiedag, ek is Anne-Marie Luck. Aangename kennis. So, what has actually changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a closer look at these expressions together. Hallo has been substituted with the formal greeting goeiedag, which is Afrikaans for good day. Ek is Anne-Marie has not been changed. Ek is simply means I am. However, during a formal self-introduction, we also say our last name. So I said Anne-Marie Luck. Here, you would say your full name. One more time. The informal way to introduce yourself in Afrikaans is Hallo, ek is Anne-Marie. Aangename kennis. The more formal way to introduce yourself is Goeiedag, ek is Anne-Marie Luck. Aangename kennis. In the previous lesson, you learned how to introduce yourself in Afrikaans. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to thank people. Remember, good manners are important. Are you ready? Let's start. Saying thank you in Afrikaans is very easy. It's just one word, dankie. Dankie. To say thank you very much, you just need to add baie, meaning a lot, at the beginning. Baie dankie. Baie dankie. What if someone says dankie to you? How do you answer? It's easy. Here is the most common response. Dit is 'n plesier. Dit is 'n plesier. Dit is 'n plesier can be used with just about anybody. Literally, this phrase means happily done or I did it with pleasure. So when someone says dankie to you, you can simply reply with dit is 'n plesier. Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. If you're not sure about whether to use dankie or baie dankie, keeping it simple is always your safest bet. Just say dankie. You don't have to worry about saying the long version. The difference between the two depends only on how grateful you are or how much someone has helped you. In the last lesson, you learned how to thank people by saying dankie. In this lesson, you'll learn some of the most common greetings used when speaking Afrikaans. Is jy reg? Are you ready? Let's start. The most commonly used informal greeting is hallo. Hallo. Hallo means hi or hello. We can use this greeting with friends or relatives. Hallo. The most used formal greetings changes depending on the time of day. Let's see what they are. First we have goeiedag. Literally, goeiedag means good day. Goeiedag. As a rule of thumb, we can use goeiedag only during the daytime from late morning until early evening. Next is the greeting we say only for the morning. Goeiemôre. Goeiemôre. For the afternoon, we say goeiemiddag. Goeiemiddag. During the evening, we say goeienaand. Goeienaand. Goed is Afrikaans for good. Môre, middag, and aand means morning, afternoon, and evening, respectively. Easy, right? Now, what should you say when you leave? Afrikaners usually say tot ziens when leaving in a formal situation. Tot ziens. Tot ziens means goodbye. When we say goodbye to friends or relatives, we use the informal lekker dag. Lekker dag. You can also say bye, bye. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Afrikaans. Let's review them all again. First, the greetings. Informally, we simply say hallo. If you want to be a bit more formal, you can use goeiedag during the daytime, goeiemôre in the morning, goeiemiddag in the afternoon, and goeienaand in the evening. When leaving in a formal situation, we say tot ziens. And in an informal situation, it's lekker dag or bye. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. In informal situations, Afrikaners, especially good friends, commonly greet each other by giving each other a quick hug. If you're unsure, you can just stick out your hand and give a firm handshake and a smile. A smile goes a long way. In the previous lesson, you learned the most common forms of greetings in Afrikaans. Do you remember them? In this lesson, you're going to learn a very useful phrase, do you speak English? If you find yourself in a situation where you need assistance in English, this phrase can be a lifesaver. And because you're asking it in Afrikaans, you can be sure that everyone will understand what you're saying, even if their answer is no. Here's the informal way to say it. Praat jy Engels? Praat jy Engels? Here, praat is the verb to speak, jy is the informal way of saying you, and as you might have recognized, Engels means English. Praat jy Engels? Do you speak English? Now let's make this sentence formal, as you'd probably be asking a stranger this question. It's very easy though, so don't worry. You only need to use the formal version of you, which is u. So, praat jy Engels becomes praat u Engels. Praat u Engels? Adding skus toch, meaning excuse me, to the beginning makes the sentence even more polite. Skus toch, praat u Engels? Skus toch, praat u Engels? Can you say it? Skus toch. Make the g sound using the back of your throat. G. Skus toch. Skus toch. Praat u Engels? Now, the responses you will receive could be one of these three. Ja, yes. Ja, a bietjie, a little. A bietjie. Nee, ek praat nie Engels nie. No, I don't speak English. Nee, ek praat nie Engels nie. Because this last response is a negative statement, you can find the word nie used twice as Afrikaans uses a double negative pattern when saying negative sentences. Ek praat nie Engels nie. Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. For those of you who are not only English speakers, you can use this question with any language you need. South African people study other languages at school, so maybe you'll get lucky. Just substitute Engels with Italiaans for Italian, Duits for German, Spaans for Spanish, Franse for French, and so on. In the last lesson, you learned the phrase praat u Engels, which means do you speak English? We also mentioned the word skus toch, which means excuse me. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to use this expression and other phrases as well when apologizing in Afrikaans. We use skus toch in formal situations, such as when we are ordering something in bars or restaurants. For example, skus toch een koffie asseblief? Excuse me, a coffee please? We can also use it when asking a question. Skus toch, waar is die uitgang? Excuse me, where is the exit? Here are some other words you can use for saying excuse me. Excuse. You can use this to get somebody's attention in a formal situation. Excuse. In informal situations, the way to say excuse me is just sorry. Sorry. All three words, skus toch, excuse, and sorry, can be used when trying to get someone's attention or when apologizing. However, you might want to use a different phrase to apologize if you really want to sound sincere. That phrase is ek is jammer. It means I am sorry and can be used in both formal and informal situations. Ek is jammer. First we have ek is, which means I am. Then we say the Afrikaans word for sorry, jammer. Ek is jammer. Now it's time for Anne-Marie's tips. There's one big reason that you should know how to say I'm sorry in Afrikaans. South Africans love the fact that someone is making an effort by trying to communicate in Afrikaans. But if you apologize in Afrikaans, they will say, dit is okay, which means it's okay.
'n Man gee verslag van sy maatskappy se verkoopprestasie op 'n vergadering. Watter twee grafieke gebruik hy vir die aanbieding?
Kyk asseblief na die volgstuk. Die grafiek links toon die maatskappy se verkope oor die laaste 3 jaar en die verkopevoorspelling vir die huidige jaar. Die grafiek aan die regterkant wys die maandelikse uiteensetting in verkope tot Oktober van hierdie jaar. Kyk nou asseblief na die linker grafiek. Dit wys dat verkope steeds toeneem die laaste 3 jaar. En as ons verkope aanhou verhoog, sal die totale verkope die jaar 'n verhoging wys in vergelyking met die verkope van die vorige jaar. Volgende. Kyk asseblief na die grafiek aan die regterkant. Die regter grafiek wys dat die veldtogte wat ons in April en in Augustus gehou het, redelik effektief was.
Ek sien, maar die verkope het afgeneem in Mei en September na die veldtogte.
Ja, maar die tipe stuiting is onvermydelik. Ek verwag dat die totaalverkope vir die jaar 'n verhoging sal wys in vergelyking met die verkope van vorige jaar.
Watter twee grafieke gebruik hy vir die aanbieding? 'n Man gee verslag van sy maatskappy se verkoopprestasie op 'n vergadering. Watter twee grafieke gebruik hy vir die aanbieding?
Kyk asseblief na die volgstuk. Die grafiek links toon die maatskappy se verkope oor die laaste 3 jaar en die verkopevoorspelling vir die huidige jaar. Die grafiek aan die regterkant wys die maandelikse uiteensetting in verkope tot Oktober van hierdie jaar. Kyk nou asseblief na die linker grafiek. Dit wys dat verkope steeds toeneem die laaste 3 jaar. En as ons verkope aanhou verhoog, sal die totale verkope die jaar 'n verhoging wys in vergelyking met die verkope van die vorige jaar. Volgende. Kyk asseblief na die grafiek aan die regterkant. Die regter grafiek wys dat die veldtogte wat ons in April en in Augustus gehou het, redelik effektief was.
Ek sien, maar die verkope het afgeneem in Mei en September na die veldtogte.
Ja, maar die tipe stuiting is onvermydelik. Ek verwag dat die totaalverkope vir die jaar 'n verhoging sal wys in vergelyking met die verkope van vorige jaar.
'n Man sluit aan by 'n sportklub en kry inligting oor die beleid. Watter tipe lidmaatskap sal hy kies? Laat ek begin deur ons klub se verskillende lidmaatskapopsies, soos beskryf in hierdie brosjure te verduidelik. Gewone lede kan die gimnasium en die swembad enige dag van die week gebruik. Ons bied ook vroegoggend lidmaatskap, waar mense ons fasiliteite net vroeg in die oggend kan gebruik, en aandlidmaatskap vir mense wat net in die aand wil kom.
Wat is die ure vir vroegoggendlede?
Vroegoggendlede kan die fasiliteite gebruik van 6:00 tot 10:00 in die oggend, en aandlede kan die fasiliteite gebruik van 6:00 tot 11:00 in die aand.
Ek sien. So vroegoggendlede kan die fasiliteite gebruik op pad werk toe.
Presies. Die vroegoggendtipe is populêr onder mense met 9 tot 5 werke. Ons bied ook lidmaatskappe net vir die gimnasium of net vir die swembad, as jy net een van die wil gebruik.
Ek wil graag die gimnasium en die swembad gebruik. Ek dink ek sal die gimnasium gebruik vroeg in die oggend voordat ek werk toe gaan op weekdae en die swembad gebruik op naweke. Het u 'n lidmaatskap vir vroegoggend weekdae, maar vol dae op naweke?
Jammer meneer, maar ons het nie so 'n tipe lidmaatskap nie.
OK. Ek dink nie ek kan in die naweek so vroeg opstaan nie, so ek sal die lidmaatskap opsie kies.
Watter tipe lidmaatskap sal hy kies? ‘n Man sluit aan by ‘n sportklub en kry inligting oor die beleid. Watter tipe lidmaatskap sal hy kies? Laat ek begin deur ons klub se verskillende lidmaatskap opsies, soos beskryf in hierdie brosjure te verduidelik. Gewone lede kan die gimnasium en die swembad enige dag van die week gebruik. Ons bied ook vroegoggend lidmaatskap, waar mense ons fasiliteite net vroeg in die oggend kan gebruik, en aandlidmaatskap vir mense wat net in die aand wil kom.
Wat is die ure vir vroegoggendlede?
Vroegoggendlede kan die fasiliteite gebruik van 6:00 tot 10:00 in die oggend, en aandlede kan die fasiliteite gebruik van 6:00 tot 11:00 in die aand.
Ek sien. So vroegoggendlede kan die fasiliteite gebruik op pad werk toe.
Presies. Die vroegoggendtipe is populêr onder mense met 9 tot 5 werke. Ons bied ook lidmaatskappe net vir die gimnasium of net vir die swembad, as jy net een van die wil gebruik.
Ek wil graag die gimnasium en die swembad gebruik. Ek dink ek sal die gimnasium gebruik vroeg in die oggend voordat ek werk toe gaan op weksdae en die swembad gebruik op naweke. Het u 'n lidmaatskap vir vroegoggend weksdae, maar vol dae op naweke?
Jammer meneer, maar ons het nie so 'n tipe lidmaatskap nie.
OK. Ek dink nie ek kan in die naweek so vroeg opstaan nie, so ek sal die lidmaatskap opsie kies.
'n Vrou praat met 'n man wat vir 'n uitgekontrakteerde drukwerkmaatskappy werk oor 'n brosjure vir 'n nuwe produk. Wanneer is die sperdatum vir die eerste ontwerpkonsep vir die brosjure? Ons het besluit om die nuwe produk 15 Oktober van stapel te stuur, en ons wil u graag vra om die brosjure te maak.
Baie dankie. Ons is beslis opgewonde om te help met hierdie projek. Kan u ons 'n bietjie meer vertel oor die skedule? Wanneer het u alles nodig?
Wel, met inagneming van die tyd wat ons nodig het vir die druk, wil ons graag die brosjures hê teen die einde van September. Sou dit vir u moontlik wees om ons eerste ontwerp teen middel Augustus te gee?
Wel, ons wil graag 3 ontwerpopsies gee vir die aanvanklike konsep. En dan kies u die beste vir u konsep. Dan maak ons die finale ontwerp gebaseer op u keuse. So dit sal baie nuttig wees as u 2 meer weke gee om voor te berei op die stadium.
OK. Miskien sal 'n maand genoeg wees om een van die onderwerpe wat u gemaak het te kies en om te besluit op die uiteindelike onderwerp. OK, ons gaan op u reken.
U is in goeie hande. Ons ontwerpspan is die beste. Baie dankie.
Wanneer is die sperdatum vir die eerste ontwerpkonsep vir die brosjure? ‘n Vrou praat met 'n man wat vir 'n uitgekontrakteerde drukwerkmaatskappy werk oor 'n brosjure vir 'n nuwe produk. Wanneer is die sperdatum vir die eerste ontwerpkonsep vir die brosjure? Ons het besluit om die nuwe produk 15 Oktober van stapel te stuur, en ons wil u graag vra om die brosjure te maak.
Baie dankie. Ons is beslis opgewonde om te help met hierdie projek. Kan u ons 'n bietjie meer vertel oor die skedule? Wanneer het u alles nodig?
Wel, met inagneming van die tyd wat ons nodig het vir die druk, wil ons graag die brosjures hê teen die einde van September. Sou dit vir u moontlik wees om ons eerste ontwerp teen middel Augustus te gee?
Wel, ons wil graag 3 ontwerpopsies gee vir die aanvanklike konsep. En dan kies u die beste vir u konsep. Dan maak ons die finale ontwerp gebaseer op u keuse. So dit sal baie nuttig wees as u 2 meer weke gee om voor te berei op die stadium.
OK. Miskien sal 'n maand genoeg wees om een van die onderwerpe wat u gemaak het te kies en om te besluit op die uiteindelike onderwerp. OK, ons gaan op u reken.
U is in goeie hande. Ons ontwerpspan is die beste. Baie dankie.
'n Vrou bel op die telefoon om kaartjies te reserveer vir 'n opvoering. Watter 2 sitplekke het sy gereserveer?
Hallo? Dit is Blackfriars Playhouse. Kan ek je help?
Ek wil graag 2 kaartjies reserveer vir King Lear om 5:30 vanaand. Is daar nog enige sitplekke beskikbaar?
Ons het nog 'n paar sitplekke beskikbaar, maar ongelukkig geen langs mekaar nie. As jy nie omgee nie, kan ons 2 aparte sitplekke bespreek.
OK, ons gee nie om nie.
Het u enige spesifieke voorkeure?
Wel, het u enige gangsitplekke?
Ja, ons het 1 gangsitplek aan die linkerkant van die middelste deel. En regs daarvan, 3 sitplekke verder, het ons nog 'n vry sitplek.
Aan die kant. OK, reserveer asseblief die gangsitplek.
Sekerlik. Wat van die ander een?
Het u enige sitplekke naby die middel?
Die enigste middelsitplekke wat ons beskikbaar het, is van die eerste ry tot die derde ry.
Ek is nie regtig mal daaroor as die akteurs op my spoeg en so aan nie.
Die kamer is relatief klein. Ek dink u kan van die opvoering geniet, selfs van die einde van die ry aan die kant.
Regtig? Dan neem ek die een wat u oor gepraat het voorheen, aan die linkerkant. Watter 2 sitplekke het sy gereserveer? ‘n Vrou bel op die telefoon om kaartjies te reserveer vir 'n opvoering. Watter 2 sitplekke het sy gereserveer?
Hallo? Dit is Blackfriars Playhouse. Kan ek je help?
Ek wil graag 2 kaartjies reserveer vir King Lear om 5:30 vanaand. Is daar nog enige sitplekke beskikbaar?
Ons het nog 'n paar sitplekke beskikbaar, maar ongelukkig geen langs mekaar nie. As jy nie omgee nie, kan ons 2 aparte sitplekke bespreek.
OK, ons gee nie om nie.
Het u enige spesifieke voorkeure?
Wel, het u enige gangsitplekke?
Ja, ons het 1 gangsitplek aan die linkerkant van die middelste deel. En regs daarvan, 3 sitplekke verder, het ons nog 'n vry sitplek.
Aan die kant. OK, reserveer asseblief die gangsitplek.
Sekerlik. Wat van die ander een?
Het u enige sitplekke naby die middel?
Die enigste middelsitplekke wat ons beskikbaar het, is van die eerste ry tot die derde ry.
Ek is nie regtig mal daaroor as die akteurs op my spoeg en so aan nie.
Die kamer is relatief klein. Ek dink u kan van die opvoering geniet, selfs van die einde van die ry aan die kant.
Regtig? Dan neem ek die een wat u oor gepraat het voorheen, aan die linkerkant.
'n Man en 'n vrou praat oor voorbereidings vir 'n presentasie wat hulle môre op kantoor sal gee. Wat wil die vrou seker maak as die gesprek tot 'n einde kom?
OK. Ek dink ons is amper reg vir die presentation môre. Nog net 'n paar dinge. Die vergadering sal presies 9:00 begin. Kan jy asseblief die vergaderingkamer vandag dubbelcheck?
Ja, ek het die vergaderkamer alreeds nagekyk.
OK. Goed so. Het jy seker gemaak dat die projektor reg werk?
Ek was van plan om die projektor môreoggend te toets, wanneer ek my laptop het.
Nee. Ons moet dit vandag nakyk. Ons sal nie môre genoeg tyd hê om iets te doen in die oggend as daar 'n probleem is nie. Maak seker dat jy die projektor vanaand toets. Dit is die belangrikste. OK?
Ek sal so maak.
Het jy kopieë van die uitdeelblaaie gemaak?
Mevrou Tanaka is nou besig daarmee.
Kom ons kyk. Wat anders? O ja, het jy die witbord geïnspekteer?
Ja, ek het.
Soms het die penne nie genoeg ink oor nie. Het jy hulle almal getoets?
Nog nie, maar ek sal seker maak ek doen dit later.
Ja. Maak asseblief seker jy doen dit vandag.
Wat wil die vrou seker maak as die gesprek tot 'n einde kom? ‘n Man en 'n vrou praat oor voorbereidings vir 'n presentasie wat hulle môre op kantoor sal gee. Wat wil die vrou seker maak as die gesprek tot 'n einde kom?
OK. Ek dink ons is amper reg vir die presentation môre. Nog net 'n paar dinge. Die vergadering sal presies 9:00 begin. Kan jy asseblief die vergaderingkamer vandag dubbelcheck?
Ja, ek het die vergaderkamer alreeds nagekyk.
OK. Goed so. Het jy seker gemaak dat die projektor reg werk?
Ek was van plan om die projektor môreoggend te toets wanneer ek my laptop het.
Nee. Ons moet dit vandag nakyk. Ons sal nie môre genoeg tyd hê om iets te doen in die oggend as daar 'n probleem is nie. Maak seker dat jy die projektor vanaand toets. Dit is die belangrikste. OK?
Ek sal so maak.
Het jy kopieë van die uitdeelblaaie gemaak?
Mevrou Tanaka is nou besig daarmee.
Kom ons kyk. Wat anders? O ja, het jy die witbord geïnspekteer?
Ja, ek het.
Soms het die penne nie genoeg ink oor nie. Het jy hulle almal getoets?
Nog nie, maar ek sal seker maak ek doen dit later.
Ja. Maak asseblief seker jy doen dit vandag.
Want to speak real Afrikaans from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at afrikaanspod101.com. You are at a bus terminal where you're attempting to buy a ticket from a ticket counter. There are 4 different counters. Which counter should you line up at to go to the south side of the city? Which counter should you line up at to go to the south side of the city? The third counter is the counter for bus tickets that go to the south side of the city.
Ver suid van die stad.
You are at a bus terminal where you've just bought a long-distance ticket. Which row and seat number are you in? Which row and seat number are you in? The ticket says that you're in the 8th row in seat C.
8ste ry, sitplek C.
You are at a bus terminal where you're reading the schedule for long-distance buses. On which days are there no buses running? On which days are there no buses running? There are no buses running on public holidays and the 3rd Sunday of every month.
Publieke vakansiedae, 3de Sondag van elke maand.
You are at a bus stop where you're waiting for the 301 bus. Suddenly, A message appears on the display. What does the message on the display? What does the message on the display? The display reads, "The next train will not stop."
Die 301 bus stop nie hier nie.
When learning a new language, we sometimes have a hard time with things like procrastination, discouragement, or failure. But don't panic. With a good strategy, you'll be able to overcome these difficulties. Are you ready to discover the 4 habits of successful learners? Number 1, optimize your time. When learning a language, it's important to dedicate time to your studies regularly, even if sometimes it's difficult. You're busy with school, work, family, or friends. But you can spread out your learning throughout the day. Study whenever you have small gaps of time in your busy schedule. This can be when you're on the metro, on your lunch break, or while you're exercising. Our podcast learning format fits perfectly into your tight schedule. Number 2, consistency with your chosen method. There are a lot of options when it comes to courses and learning materials. Switching from one method to another can confuse you and disrupt your progress. Focusing on one learning method will make a difference. Our method has been created and optimized by real teachers, so you can stick to it with confidence. Number 3, use your language background. Many languages share some commonalities. You can find words that look or sound similar, or even share the same grammar structure. A little bit of language background will give you an edge while learning. Number 4, study continuously. People are excited when they start learning a new language. The enthusiasm usually lasts until the first roadblock. This can lead to discouragement and procrastination. But don't burn yourself out. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't try to learn it all at once. Break things down into more digestible chunks. Learning step by step might feel slow, but it's an efficient way to learn a language. With patience, motivation, and good resources, you'll master the language. Remember, you can't learn a language overnight, but with motivation and these daily lessons, you'll be on the road to fluency.
Hello, it's me again, Christine. We're here today in the lesson, the top 25 Afrikaans phrases. So they're obviously the ones that you definitely want to know if you want to know Afrikaans. They're super simple, most of them, and easy to learn, the ones that everyone always learns these words in all the different languages. So let's get started.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hello. It's pretty straightforward. It's a greeting. It's what you say to everyone. It sounds the same as most languages, so it's an easy one to remember.
Goeiemôre. Goeiemôre. Good morning.
Goeiemôre. Good morning. So this one's a little bit hard because it's got the ch sound, but in the morning we're all feeling ugh anyway, so it's a great time to use this. Practice it next time you wake up in the morning and say hello to whoever you see the first thing in the morning and just say goeiemôre.
Goeiemiddag. Goeiemiddag. Good afternoon.
Goeiemiddag. Good afternoon. So it's very similar to goeiemôre. This time you're changing the second word to middag, adding an extra ch in there because now by middag time the day's hard and all you want is some lunch. So you're adding more ch's in there and just saying goeiemiddag as if it's angry, but try to say it with a smile and then it's even nicer. Goeiemiddag.
Goeienacht. Goeienacht. Good night.
Goeienacht. Good night. So that's what you say before you go to bed, obviously. And by now, you're thinking of the dreams that you might have tonight or the comfy warm bed that you're going to. And a cold winter's day. Not like today, obviously, but it's something that everyone wants to hear. It's nice to say it to the people around you before going to bed, like end your day on a nice, calm note by telling everyone around you, Goeienacht. Wat is jou naam? Wat is jou naam? What is your name? Wat is jou naam? What's your name? So this is obviously the one that you want to know when you're going out in a new place, especially in South Africa or anywhere where you know there's Afrikaans people and you want to know who they are, know more about them. So it's always an easy icebreaker. Wat is jou naam? Get to know their name. Try think of a way that you'll remember it by making up little anagrams in your head or whatever. It's what I usually do because I'm very bad at remembering names. But definitely a useful phrase to know. Ek is Christine. Ek is Christine. I'm Christine. And then if they ask you that question or if you've just asked that question, the likely response is Ek is naam. I am name. So you'd insert your name. Obviously, you wouldn't say Ek is naam. I would say Ek is Christine. I am Christine. So pretty simple response. Wat is jou naam? Ek is, and then say your name. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Aangename kennis. Aangename kennis. Nice to meet you. Aangename kennis. Aangename kennis. Nice to meet you. So now you've said hello, you've said goeiemorgen, goeiemiddag, goeienacht, whatever time of day it is. You've asked them what their name is, you've told them what your name is, so now you're saying it's nice to meet you. Aangename kennis. It's a simple conversation going on here, so it's very important to know all these little phrases. Hoe gaan dit met jou? Hoe gaan dit met jou? How are you? Hoe gaan dit met jou? How are you? So now in the conversation, you're at that part where you've realized that they have a cool name, they seem pretty cool, and you want to know a little bit more about them. So you ask them, hoe gaan dit? And then remember to listen, because people always say this and then don't listen to the response or don't really care about the response. Only ask these things if you care, because it's way nicer that way. Goed, dankie, en met jou? Goed, dankie, en met jou? I'm fine, thanks. And you? And then the typical response, or hopefully the response because it's positive, goed, dankie, en met jou? Goed, dankie, en met jou? I'm fine, thanks. And you? So that obviously follows the previous one, answering how you are doing and then asking back to the person because that's only polite. You don't want to be like, yeah, I'm fine, thanks, bye. You want to be polite, ask them how they're doing back if they asked it first. Otherwise, maybe don't say it if you asked it first because then it's just like a continuous cycle that's never ending. Asseblief. Asseblief. Please. Asseblief. Please. Very popular in South Africa because we're all very polite people here. But please remember, see, I said it there again. Please remember to be polite when you're asking for something or commenting on something that requires a please. No, it'll be a question. So be polite, remember your manners, and say asseblief if you are looking for something. Dankie. Dankie. Thank you. Dankie. Thank you. So there we go again with the politeness. Be very kind and warm when someone tells you something or compliments you or gives you an answer to that asseblief question that you just asked. Say thanks, say dankie. And if you can't remember the word, think of a donkey. That's how I always used to tell people. And then just change the sound a little bit because you can't say donkey, you must say dankie. Jy is welkom. Jy is welkom. You're welcome. Jy is welkom. You're welcome. So that's the response if someone said dankie to you, you're obviously going to say you're welcome, jy is welkom, because it wasn't such a schlep for you to tell them what they wanted and you don't mind telling them, so jy is welkom. Ja, Ja. Yes. Ja. Yes. Pretty straightforward. Yes. Positive response to something. So, pretty easy. Nee. Nee. No. Nee. No. Also pretty straightforward, but try not to use it so much because it's going to be a downer on anyone, unless it's something definitely that needs a no for a response. But ja and nee, pretty easygoing, used quite often, so good ones to remember. Okay. 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 It's very simple because it's the same as the English and most other languages, just like I said, hello. Okay means, yeah, sure, okay, we'll do this, or okay, I'll have that for lunch, or okay, you make the plans. It's used every day in so many different ways, so it's easy to remember, okay. Verskoon my. Verskoon my. Excuse me. Verskoon my. Excuse me. This is a part of that politeness again. If you are leaving the table or you're walking away from something because you don't really like the conversation going on, you just politely say, verskoon my, asseblief as well if you want to be even more nice, even nicer. Ek is jammer. Ek is jammer. I'm sorry. Ek is jammer. I'm sorry. So, unfortunately, this one means you've done something wrong or you've said something that's not so polite. But just be a human being and say sorry if a sorry is needed. And then remember, ek is jammer. Hoe laat is dit? Hoe laat is dit? What time is it? Hoe laat is dit? What's the time? This is funny. The translation isn't exactly what's the time, but that's how we say it here in South Africa. You literally say, how late is it? Because you're always late for something, or you're always thinking it's later than it is. So try to remember it that way. We're always late, so that's why we say, hoe laat is dit? Like, how late is it? Waar is die badkamer? Waar is die badkamer? Where is the restroom? Waar is die badkamer? Where is the restroom? This one you'll probably use when you're out at the restaurants or at a random friend's house that you've never been to before and you really need a wee. So you're going to be needing this one. So remember, waar is die badkamer? Wag 'n bietjie. Wag 'n bietjie. Wait a moment. Wag 'n bietjie. Wait a moment. You're a little bit busy in a conversation and someone comes and chirps in and all you want to say is just hold on. So if you ever in these situations and you have friends that like to interrupt you, then maybe you should learn wag 'n bietjie. And you could always add asseblief as well if you don't want to sound too rude and like cut offy. You can say wag 'n bietjie, asseblief. Hoeveel kos dit? Hoeveel kos dit? How much is this? Hoeveel kos dit? How much is this? Now you're in the shop. So you've been to the restaurants, you've been to friends' house, you've been everywhere, and now you're in the shops and you're seeing this beautiful new thing that you really want to buy. But, you know, you're on holiday, so you can't just be splurging money everywhere. So you're going to have to ask this question quite often. Hoeveel kos dit? Help. 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 Luckily, this word, because it has so much going on and it's obviously urgent, is usually the same in most languages. So it's pretty straightforward if you know English. Help, it sounds the same in Afrikaans and is used in the same way. Sien jou later. Sien jou later. See you later. Sien jou later. See you later. You finish at the restaurant, you're going home, or at the shops or whatever, and you're saying, ciao, I'm going to see you later, sien jou later. Obviously one to use all the time, comes alongside a goodbye, so remember, sien jou later. And maybe I'll sien jou later in some of the other videos. Tot ziens. Tot ziens. Goodbye. Tot ziens. goodbye. Directly translated, tot ziens means until I see you again, which is quite nice because you're always assuming that a goodbye isn't a bad bye and you will reconnect again at some point. So tot ziens means until next time, but it actually means goodbye. Ek weet nie. Ek weet nie. I don't know. Ek weet nie. I don't know. It's okay to not know. We don't all know everything, so this is a good one to know. If someone asks you a question or asks you directions and you don't know because you're just a tourist here, remember to say, ek weet nie. I use this all the time and it irritates my friends, but I'm honest at least, so ek weet nie. So we've reached the end of today's lesson of the top 25 phrases in Afrikaans. I hope they're useful for you because they should be. We use them all the time, and I hope they're simple enough for you to remember. And good luck using them. I hope you meet loads of new people when you come to South Africa or speak to South Africans. And let me know in the comments down below if you have, or if they've helped you, or if you're struggling with any of the pronunciations or something like that. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, and keep learning Afrikaans on afrikaanspod101.com. Hi guys, it's me Christine, and we're doing Afrikaans today on afrikaanspod101.com. In today's lesson, 10 favorite words chosen by the fans, which is hopefully you guys. So I hope you enjoy your 10 favorite words. Dankie. Thanks. Dankie. Dankie. Thanks. Dankie vir jou tyd. Dankie vir jou tyd. Thank you for your time. Dankie. I also love that word. It sounds a little bit like donkey in English. So I can see why you chose that word. Dankie is such a nice thing to say after anything, whenever anyone helps you or does something for you. So remember, politeness is key, and always say dankie. See, it's the key. Dankie. Hello. 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 Waar was jy? Hello. Waar was jy? Hello, where were you? This is what you're saying to your friend on a night out, like, oh, where were you last night? Hello, where were you? It's an easy one to remember. It sounds very much like the English. So, hello, waar was jy? Where were you? It's even structured the same. So you can see why you guys picked it. And I also quite like that sentence because it teaches you about the people that you hang out with. You see where they've been. Vakansie. Vacation. Vakansie. Vakansie. Vacation. Ek wil nou met vakansie gaan. Ek wil nou met vakansie gaan. I want to go on holiday now. So people probably say that all the time, which is probably why it's one of the favorites, because vakansie, I mean, who doesn't love a holiday? And who doesn't want to go on one right now? Like, I want to be on one right now, but luckily I'm going on one soon. So, vakansie. Let us know if you're going on a vakansie anytime soon, or if you just want to go on one right now. Goeiemiddag. Good afternoon. Goeiemiddag. Goeiemiddag. Good afternoon. Goeiemiddag, kan ek help? Goeiemiddag, kan ek help? Good afternoon, can I help you? So this is a good one to answer the phone, or if you just bump into someone and they like looking at you like, you're like, hello, can I help you? It's very easy to remember. Goeiemiddag, if you've learned those two, you're set. Kan ek help? Sounds the same. Help is the same. Can I, ek. So, kan ek help? And hopefully you can. Hopefully you can give them some directions or just tell them that they have a smidge on their face or whatever. Help everyone in any way you can, but try to be polite about it so that they can say dankie. South Africa. South Africa. South Africa. South Africa. South Africa. South Africa is die mooiste land. South Africa is die mooiste land. South Africa is the prettiest country. I do agree with you there, guys. Thanks, fans. Hopefully, if you're learning Afrikaans on here, you are either planning on or you're living here, or you have been and you got inspired coming to South Africa. it's such a great place. It really is die mooiste land. So when you come here, make sure you go see all the natural places and all those lists that you find on Google, and ask some locals, like write on the comments down here, ask us, and we'll let you know what some nice places are to come visit in South Africa. Gezond. Healthy. Gezond. Gezond. Healthy. Die perd lyk baie gesond. Die perd lyk baie gesond. The horse looks very healthy. This is quite a funny sample sentence that we've given here because we're talking about a horse, like where did that come from? But actually in Afrikaans there's a saying, perd fris en gezond, which means you are just healthy and up and going. So that's probably why we've used perd here, but the perd is gezond, which is always good. I hope you guys are all very gezond and not sick in this change of weather time. Koffie. Coffee. Koffie. Koffie. Coffee. Kan ek 3 koffies kry asseblief? Kan ek 3 koffies kry asseblief? Can I have 3 coffees, please? Sure, it's been a long day if you're asking for 3 coffees. Maybe you're socializing and you're getting them for your friends. Who knows? But yeah, this is a very easy word to remember. Coffee, coffee. It's just a little bit of a different pronunciation. But if you're not a coffee person, tea is the same. Also, tea. I'm a coffee person, and I'm very excited to go make my 3rd coffee of the day. Probably a little bit unhealthy, but need my energy. I hope you guys enjoy your 3rd coffee as well. Geld. Money. Geld. Geld. Money. Ek wil meer geld verdien. Ek wil meer geld verdien. I want to earn more money. Well, sir or madam, if you want to meer geld verdien, then you're going to have to work harder or work more or start working if you're not working. Try find a job or something that you can do that you love, and then it doesn't feel like, oh, it's such a struggle to get that extra dollar to go traveling. I mean, if you do something you love, then you won't work a day in your life, and then you'll earn money and it won't feel bad. I love doing this, so I hope you guys have the same luck as I sometimes do. Gezondheid. Cheers. Gezondheid. Gezondheid. Cheers. Gezondheid. Kom ons kry nog een. Gezondheid. Kom ons kry nog een. Cheers. Let's get another one. So you're out. That's another thing we like doing here, especially after watching the Lions rugby. You go, oh, cheers, we won or we lost or whatever, however they're doing. And you go grab another because why not? If not, why not? Liefde. Love. Liefde. Liefde. Love. My hond ken net liefde. My hond ken net liefde. My dog only knows love. Oh, that's so true. I mean, if you have a dog or a cat or any kind of pet that you have at in the house all the time, it's so nice. Like, you can have an argument with anyone, you can have the worst day ever, but you know when you get home, you're going to get that cuddle, you're going to get that love from your little pet. So hopefully your pets are as lovable as mine, and your dogs also ken net liefde. So we've come to the end of today's lesson of 10 favorite words chosen by the fans. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as the words that you've obviously chosen. Let me know if you've had any issues in the comments below. Please keep learning Afrikaans on afrikaanspod101.com.
Accountant.
Rekenmeester. Rekenmeester.
Adjective.
Byvoeglike naamwoord. Byvoeglike naamwoord.
Afternoon.
Middag. Middag.
Air conditioner.
Lugversorger. Lugversorger.
Airplane.
Vliegtuig. Vliegtuig.
Airport.
lughawe, lughawe.
alcohol,
alcohol, alcohol,
ankle,
enkel, enkel,
appetizer,
aperitief, aperitief,
apple,
appel, appel,
apricots,
appelkoos, appelkoos,
April,
april, april,
arm,
arm, arm,
arrive,
aankom, aankom,
attic,
Solder. Solder.
August,
augustus, augustus,
autumn,
Herfs. Herfs.
back door,
agterdeur, agterdeur,
backbone,
Ruggraat. Ruggraat.
backyard,
agterplaas, agterplaas,
banana,
pisang, pisang,
bandage,
verband, verband,
barley,
gaars, gaars,
basement,
kelder, kelder,
bathe,
Bad, bad,
bathroom,
badkamer, badkamer,
be late,
Laat wees. Laat wees.
beard,
baard, baard,
beautiful,
pragtig, pragtig,
bed,
bed, bed,
bedroom,
slaapkamer, slaapkamer,
beef,
beesvleis, beesvleis,
beer,
bier, bier,
to believe,
glo, glo,
beverage,
drank, drank,
bicycle,
fiets, fiets,
bird,
voël, voël,
birthday,
verjaarsdag, verjaarsdag,
bitter,
Bitter. Bitter.
black,
swart, swart,
black tea,
swart tee, swart tee,
blackboard,
swartbord, swartbord,
blog,
Webjoernaal. Webjoernaal.
Blouse.
Blouse. Blouse.
Blue.
Blou. Blou.
Boat.
Boot. Boot.
Boiling water.
Kookwater. Kookwater.
Bone.
Peen. Peen.
Book.
Boek. Boek.
Boutique.
Boutique. Boutique.
Boyfriend.
Carol. Carol.
Brassiere.
Brasserie. Brasserie.
Bread.
Brood. Brood.
Brown.
Bruin. Bruin.
Buffet.
Buffet. Buffet.
Bus.
Bus. Bus.
Busy.
Besig. Besig.
Button.
Knoop. Knoop.
Buy.
Koop. Koop.
Cake.
Cook. Cook.
Call.
Naam. Naam.
Can.
Kan. Kan.
Candy.
Lekker goed. Lekker goed.
Carrots.
Wortel. Wortel.
Cash.
Kontant. Kontant.
Cashew nut.
Cashew-neut. Cashew-neut.
Cat.
Kat. Kat.
Ceiling.
Plafon. Plafon.
Cell phone.
Cellphone. Cellphone.
Chair.
Stoel. Stoel.
Chalk.
Kruit. Kruit.
Character.
Karakter. Karakter.
Cheap.
Goedkoop. Goedkoop.
Cheek.
Wang. Wang.
Chef.
Chef. Chef.
Chicken.
Hoender. Hoender.
Child.
Kind. Kind.
Chin.
Ken. Ken.
Chopsticks.
Eetstokkie. Eetstokkie.
City.
Stad. stad,
Class.
Klas. Klas.
Clear sky.
Lig is helder. Lig is helder.
To clear up.
Opklaar. Opklaar.
Clerk.
Assistent. Assistent.
Closet.
Kas. Kas.
Cloth.
Tekstiel. Tekstiel.
Clothes.
Klere. Klere.
Cloudy.
Bewolk. Bewolk.
Coffee.
Koffie. Koffie.
Cold.
Koud. Koud.
Collar.
kraag, kraag,
College.
College. College.
Come.
Kom. Kom.
Company worker.
Maatskappywerker. Maatskappywerker.
Computer.
Rekenaar. Rekenaar.
Cook.
Voorberei. Voorberei.
Corn.
Mielies. Mielies.
Correct.
Reg. Reg.
Cost.
Kos. Kos.
Country.
Land. Land.
Cow.
Koei. Koei.
Crab.
Krab. Krab.
Credit card.
Kredietkaart. Kredietkaart.
Cup.
Koppie. Koppie.
Customer.
Kontant. Kontant.
Customer.
Cliënt. Cliënt.
Daughter.
Dochter. Dochter.
Day.
Dag. Dag.
Debit card.
Debietkaart. Debietkaart.
December.
December. December.
Department.
Departement. Departement.
Dessert.
Nagereg. Nagereg.
Dictation.
Dikteer. Dikteer.
Dictionary.
Woordeboek. Woordeboek.
Dining room.
Eetkamer. Eetkamer.
Dinner.
Diner. Diner.
Director.
Direkteur. Direkteur.
Dish.
Dis. Dis.
Dishwasher.
Skottelgoedwasser. Skottelgoedwasser.
Do.
Dun. Dun.
Doctor.
Dokter. Dokter.
Dog.
Hond. Hond.
Doorway.
Deur kusyn. Deur kusyn.
Downstairs.
Trappe af. Trappe af.
Draw.
Teken. Teken.
Dream.
Droom. Droom.
Dress.
Rok. Rok.
Drink.
Drink. Drink.
Drinking glass.
Drinkglas. Drinkglas.
Driver.
Bestuurder. Bestuurder.
Ear.
Oor. Oor.
Eat.
Eet. Eet.
Eat out.
Uiteet. Uiteet.
8.
8. 8.
18.
18. 18.
88.
88. 88.
Elastic band.
Elasties band. Elasties band.
Elbow.
Ellenboog. Ellenboog.
Electric plug.
Elektrische prop. Elektrische prop.
Electricity.
Elektrisiteit. Elektrisiteit.
Elementary school.
Laerskool. Laerskool.
Elevator.
Huiser. Huiser.
11.
11. 11.
Email.
E-pos. E-pos.
Emergency room.
Ongevalle saal. Ongevalle saal.
Engineer.
Ingenieur. Ingenieur.
English.
Engels. Engels.
Enter.
Inkom. Inkom.
Erase.
Uitvee. Uitvee.
Eraser.
Uitveer. Uitveer.
Expensive.
Duur. Duur.
Explain.
Verduidelik. verduidelik,
Eye.
oog, oog,
Eyebrow.
wenkbrau, wenkbrau,
Eyelash.
wimper, wimper,
Eyelid.
ooglid, ooglid,
Face.
gesig, gesig,
Facial hair.
gesighare, gesighare,
Factory worker.
fabriekswerker, fabriekswerker,
Fan.
baier, baier,
Farmer.
boer, boer,
Father.
vader, vader,
fax,
Fox. Fox.
To fear.
vrees, vrees,
February.
februarie, februarie,
Feel.
voel, voel,
15.
15, 15,
55.
55, 55,
final,
eindeksamen, eindeksamen,
Firefighter.
brandweerman, brandweerman,
fish, vis, vis,
5.
5, 5,
Flight.
vlug, vlug,
Flight attendant.
vlugkelner, vlugkelner,
Floor.
vloer, vloer,
Food.
kos, kos,
foot,
voet, voet,
Forehead.
voorkop, voorkop,
vork, vurk, vurk,
44.
44, 44,
4.
4, 4,
14.
14, 14,
freeze,
vries, vries,
Friday.
vrydag, vrydag,
Friend.
vriend, vriend,
fruit, vrug, vrug,
Fruit juice.
vrugtesap, vrugtesap,
Full.
Vol. Vol.
Garden.
Tuin. Tuin.
Get up.
Opstaan. Opstaan.
Girlfriend.
Meisie. Meisie.
Glasses.
Bril. Bril.
Go.
Gaan. Gaan.
Go out.
Uitgaan. Uitgaan.
Goat.
Bok. Bok.
Gold.
Goud. Goud.
Grape.
Druif. Druif.
Grapefruit.
Pumelo. Pumelo.
Grass.
Gras. Gras.
Gray.
Grys. Grys.
Green.
Groen. Groen.
Gym.
Gymnasium. Gymnasium.
Hair.
Hare. Hare.
Hairdryer.
Haardroër. Haardroër.
Hallway.
Gang. Gang.
Hand.
Hand. Hand.
Headphones.
Oorfone. Oorfone.
High school.
Hoërskool. Hoërskool.
Holiday.
Vakansie. Vakansie.
Home cooking.
Tuisgemaakte kos. Tuisgemaakte kos.
Homework.
Huiswerk. Huiswerk.
Horse.
Perd. Perd.
Hospital.
Hospitaal. Hospitaal.
Hot.
Warm. Warm.
Hotel.
Hotel. Hotel.
Hour.
Uur. Uur.
House.
Huis. Huis.
Housewife.
Huisvrou. Huisvrou.
Humid.
Bedompig. Bedompig.
Hungry.
Honger. Honger.
Husband.
Eggenoot. Eggenoot.
Ice.
Ys. Ys.
Incorrect.
Verkeerd. Verkeerd.
Information.
Informasie. Informasie.
Insurance.
Versekering. Versekering.
Internet.
Internetdiensverskaffer. Internetdiensverskaffer.
iPhone.
iPhone. iPhone.
Jacket.
Baadjie. Baadjie.
January.
Januarie. Januarie.
Jeans.
Klink na bruk. Klink na bruk.
July.
Julie. Julie.
June.
Junie. Junie.
Kitchen.
Kombuis. Kombuis.
Knife.
Mes. Mes.
Ladle.
Skeplepel. Skeplepel.
Lamb.
Lam. Lam.
Language.
Tong. Tong.
Laptop.
Skootrekenaar. Skootrekenaar.
Large. L.
Groot. Groot.
Lawyer.
Prokureur. Prokureur.
Learn.
Leer. Leer.
Lecture.
Lesing. Lesing.
Leg.
Been. Been.
Lesson.
Les. Les.
Letter.
Letters. Letters.
Library.
Biblioteek. Biblioteek.
License.
Lisensie. Lisensie.
Lip.
Lip. Lip.
Living room.
Sitkamer. Sitkamer.
Lobster.
Kreef. Kreef.
Luggage.
Bagasie. Bagasie.
Lunch.
Middagete. Middagete.
Main course.
Hoofmaaltyd. Hoofmaaltyd.
Mall.
Winkelsentrum. Winkelsentrum.
Man.
Man. Man.
Manager.
Bestuurder. Bestuurder.
Map.
Kaart. Kaart. March.
Maart. Maart.
Marker.
Merker. Merker.
May.
May. May.
Meat.
Vleis. Vleis.
Medical doctor.
Dokter. Dokter.
Melons.
Spanspek. Spanspek.
Microwave oven.
Mikrogolfoond. Mikrogolfoond.
Middle school.
Hoërskool. Hoërskool.
Midnight.
Middernag. Middernag.
Milk.
Melk. Melk.
Miniskirt.
Miniromp. Miniromp.
Miss.
Mejuffrou. Mejuffrou.
Monday.
Maandag. Maandag.
Month.
Maand. Maand.
Moped.
Brompony. Brompony.
Morning.
Oggend. Oggend.
Mother.
Moeder. Moeder.
Motorbike.
Motorfiets. Motorfiets.
Motorcycle.
Motorfiets. Motorfiets.
Mouse.
Muis. Muis.
Mouth.
Mond. Mond.
Mug.
Beker. Beker.
Muggy.
Drukkend. Drukkend.
Muscle.
Spier. Spier.
Mushroom.
Sampioen. Sampioen.
Mustache.
Snor. Snor.
Neck.
Nek. Nek.
Necktie.
Das. Das.
Need.
Nodig hê. Nodig hê.
Needle.
Naald. Naald.
Night.
Nag. Nag.
9.
9. 9.
19.
19. 19.
99.
99. 99.
Noon.
Middag. Middag.
Nose.
Neus. Neus.
Notebook.
Notaboek. Notaboek.
Noun.
Naamwoord. naamwoord,
November,
November, November,
nurse,
verpleegster, verpleegster,
nut,
Neat. Neat.
October,
Oktober, Oktober,
office worker,
kantoorwerker, kantoorwerker,
1,
Een.
100,
100, 100,
onions,
Ui. Ui.
operation,
operasie, operasie,
orange,
Oranje. Oranje.
Oven.
Oond. Oond.
overcoat,
Oorjas. Oorjas.
pajamas,
pyjama, pyjama,
pants,
Broek. Broek.
paper,
papier, papier,
passenger,
Passasier, passasier,
passport,
Paspoort. Paspoort.
Patient.
Patiënt. Patiënt.
peanut,
grondboontjie, grondboontjie,
pen,
Pen. Pen.
pencil,
Potlood. Potlood.
pepper,
Peper. Peper.
pharmacy,
apteek, apteek,
phone number,
telefoonnommer, telefoonnommer,
pick up,
Optel. Optel.
pig,
Vark. Vark.
pineapple,
pineapple, pineapple,
pink,
pink, pink,
pitcher,
beker, beker,
plate,
bord, bord,
pocket,
sak, sak,
police officer,
Polisieman. Polisieman.
pork,
Varkvleis. Varkvleis.
pot,
Pot. Pot.
potato,
Aardappel. Aardappel.
power outlet,
kragpunt, Kragpunt.
Present.
Geskenk. Geskenk.
President.
President. President.
Price.
Prys. Prys.
Problem.
Probleem. Probleem.
Professional athlete.
Professionele atleet. Professionele atleet.
Projector.
Projektor. Projektor.
Purple.
Pers. Pers.
Question.
Vraag. Vraag.
Quiz.
Vasvra. Vasvra.
Radio.
Radio. Radio.
Rain.
Reën. Reën.
Raincoat.
Reënjas. Reënjas.
Rainy.
Reënerig. Reënerig.
Read.
Lees. Lees.
Read aloud.
Hardop lees. Hardop lees.
Receipt.
Kwitansie. Kwitansie.
Red.
Rooi. Rooi.
Refrigerator.
Yskas. Yskas.
Rent.
Huur. Huur.
Repeat.
Herhaal. Herhaal.
Resemble.
Lyk. Lyk.
Respect.
Respek. Respek.
Rest.
Rus. Rus.
Restaurant.
Restaurant. Restaurant.
Return.
Terug. Terug.
Rice.
Reis. Reis.
Room.
Kamer. Kamer.
Sale.
Uitverkoop. Uitverkoop.
Salesperson.
Verkoopspersoon. Verkoopspersoon.
Salt.
Sout. Sout.
Salty.
Souterig. Souterig.
Say.
Sê. Sê.
Scooter.
Bromponi. Bromponi.
Seafood.
Sekos. Sekos.
Search.
Soek. Soek.
See.
Sien. Sien.
September.
September. September.
Serve.
Dien. Dien.
7.
7 7
17.
17. 17.
77.
77 77
Sheep.
Skaap. Skaap.
Shirt. Blouse.
Hemp. Hemp.
Shop.
Winkel. Winkel.
Shorts.
Kortbroek. Kortbroek.
Shower.
Stort. Stort.
Sightsee.
Op 'n uitstappie te gaan. Op 'n uitstappie te gaan.
Silver.
Silver. Silver.
6.
6. 6.
16.
16. 16.
66.
66 66
Skirt.
Romp. Romp.
Skype.
Skype. Skype.
Sleep.
Slaap. Slaap.
Sleeve.
Mow. Mow.
Snack.
A happy. A happy.
Snake.
Slang. Slang.
Social networking site.
Sosiale netwerk webwerf. Sosiale netwerk webwerf.
Sofa.
Sofa. Sofa.
Sun.
Seun. Seun.
Sour.
Suur. Suur.
Soybean.
Sojabone. Sojabone.
Speak.
Praat. Praat.
Spend money.
Geld spandeer. Geld spandeer.
Spicy.
Branderig. Branderig.
Spoon.
Lepel. Lepel.
Spring.
Lente. Lente.
Stand.
Staan. Staan.
Steak knife.
Steekmes. Steekmes.
Stomach.
Maag. Maag.
Store.
Winkel. Winkel.
Student.
Student. Student.
Study.
Studeer. Studeer.
Subway.
Moltrein. Moltrein.
Sugar.
Suiker. Suiker.
Summer.
Somer. Somer.
Sunday.
Sondag. Sondag.
Sunglasses.
Sonbrille. Sonbrille.
Sunny.
Sonskyn. Sonskyn.
Supermarket.
Supermark. Supermark.
Sweatsuit.
Sweetpak. Sweetpak.
Sweater.
Trui. Trui.
Sweet potato.
Soetpatat. Soetpatat.
Sweets.
Lekker. Lekker.
Swimsuit.
Swimpak. Swimpak.
Table.
Tafel. Tafel.
Talk.
Praat. Praat.
Taxi.
Taxi. Taxi.
Tea.
Tea. Tea.
Teach.
Oplei. Oplei.
Teacher.
Onderwyser. Onderwyser.
Television.
Televisie. Televisie.
Temperature.
Temperatuur. Temperatuur.
10.
10. 10.
Test.
Toets. Toets.
Text.
Text. Text.
Text message.
Tekstboodskap. Tekstboodskap.
Textbook.
Handboek. Handboek.
Thank.
Dank. Dank.
Thermometer.
Thermometer. Thermometer.
Thirsty.
Dors. Dors.
13.
13. 13.
33.
33. 33.
3.
3. 3.
Thursday.
Donderdag. Donderdag.
Time.
Tight. Tight.
Today.
Vandag. Vandag.
Toilet paper.
Toiletpapier. Toiletpapier.
Tomatoes.
Tamatie. Tamatie.
Tomorrow.
Môre. Môre.
Tongue.
Tong. Tong.
Tooth.
Tand. Tand.
Toothbrush.
Tandeborsel. Tandeborsel.
Toothpick.
Tandestokkie. Tandestokkie.
Travel.
Reis. Reis.
Truck.
Vragmotor. Vragmotor.
Tuition.
Onderrig. Onderrig.
Turkey.
Kalkun. Kalkun.
Turn off.
Afskakel. Afskakel.
Turn on.
Aanskakel. Aanskakel.
Turnip.
Raap. Raap.
12.
12. 12.
21.
21. 21.
22.
22. 22.
2.
2. 2.
Ugly.
Onooglik. Onooglik.
Underline.
Onderstreep. Onderstreep.
Undershirt.
Frokkie. Frokkie.
Underwear.
Onderklere. Onderklere.
University.
Universiteit. Universiteit.
Use.
Gebruik. Gebruik.
Vacation.
Vakansie. Vakansie.
Vacuum cleaner.
Stofsuier. Stofsuier.
Vegetable.
Groente. Groente.
Vehicle.
Vuurtuig. Vuurtuig.
Verb.
Werkwoord. Werkwoord.
Vest.
Wees. Wees.
Waistcoat.
Onderbaadjie. Onderbaadjie.
Wake up.
Word wakker. Word wakker.
Wall.
Muur. Muur.
Want.
Wil. Wil.
Wash one's face.
Om een se gesig te was. Om een se gesig te was.
Washing machine.
wasmachine, wasmachine,
Watch.
Kyk. Kyk.
Watch.
Horlosie. Horlosie.
Water.
Water. Water.
Watermelon.
Waterlemoen. Waterlemoen.
Weather.
Weer. Weer.
Weather report.
Weerverslag. Weerverslag.
Weekend.
Naweek. Naweek.
Wheat.
Koring. Koring.
Whiskey.
Whiskey. Whiskey.
White.
Wit. Wit.
Whiteboard.
Witbord. Witbord.
Wife.
Vrou. Vrou.
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi.
Window.
Venster. Venster.
Windy.
Winderig. Winderig.
Wine.
Wyn. Wyn.
Winter.
Winter. Winter.
Wipes.
Afvee. Afvee.
Wireless.
Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi.
Woman.
Vrou. Vrou.
Work.
Werk. Werk.
Wrinkle.
Plooi. Plooi.
Wrist.
Gewrig. Gewrig.
Write.
Skryf. Skryf.
Year.
Jaar. Jaar.
Yellow.
Geel. Geel.
Yesterday.
Gister.
Want to finally start speaking in your target language? In this guide, you'll discover the top 7 ways to practice speaking on your own with our lessons. Let's begin. Number 1, shadowing. Shadowing is a proven learning technique where all you do is repeat what you hear in order to practice speaking. So access any audio or video lesson on the site and press the play button to start. Then, as you listen or watch, just repeat the conversations. Or, even easier, read along out loud with the dialogue section. The script is right there in front of you. With our lessons, you can master entire conversations, just like that. Number 2, read out loud. I just mentioned it, but reading out loud is another powerful tactic and deserves its own mention. With every lesson, you get written transcripts and translations. So, as you play the lesson, read the dialogue out loud as you hear it. Why? By reading out loud, you're also practicing your speaking skills. You can do this with the lesson notes, the lesson transcript,
or the dialogue tool. With the dialogue tool, you can listen to each line again and again, and repeat out loud until you master them all. Number 3, speed up your reading to speed up your speaking. Being able to speak without thinking is a sign of language mastery. If you're talking to a native and can respond quickly, they'll assume that you're fairly fluent. How can you do this? When you read out loud, try increasing your speed a little bit every time. So, start by reading with the dialogue tool. If you're like most learners, you'll read the first line slowly. That's because you're still getting used to the words, which is okay. Reread it. On your second try, you know most of the words, and you'll read a little faster. Reread it again. On your third try, you'll be even faster, at a native speaker's speed. And being able to read these phrases out loud and fast will help you speak fast. Number 4, record and compare yourself with native speakers. In order to sound like a native speaker, you must imitate native speakers. So here's how. Access the voice recorder, which is in the Dialogue Study tool in every lesson. Click on the microphone icon. Listen to the native speaker's audio, and then record yourself. You can then compare the 2 recordings side by side, and practice and try again and again until you perfect your pronunciation. Number 5, get feedback from our Premium Plus teacher. If you're learning by yourself and don't have access to real teachers, then you can always get feedback from our Premium Plus teachers. With the My Teacher tool, you can record yourself speaking and send the audio file to the teacher. They'll review it and tell you what to improve and how. That's it. Number 6, level up your speaking with Premium Plus assignments. With Premium Plus, you can also get assignments that cover reading, writing, listening, and even speaking from your teacher. These assignments can be tailored to your goals and needs. You get a new one every week, or anytime you're ready for a new one. Number 7, get even more lessons in the lesson library. If you want even more lessons on speaking and conversations, visit our lesson library and under Category, choose Conversation. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons that are focused on speaking. Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.